Hello everyone, how are you doing? So today I'm gonna answer the question, is it okay to masturbate without watching pornography? Before answering this question, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ahmed and I help entrepreneurs and professional men break free from pornography addiction easily. There were actually a study that was done in 2012 that actually stated, like it was done by Dr. Stewart, and what he did basically is that he conducted tons of articles and tons of studies about our human sexual behavior, and he found out that ejaculation is good for our health, but with some caveats. He found out that not all types of ejaculation are actually good to our health. And they found out that only the ejaculation that comes from vaginal intercourse is actually beneficial. And in fact, they found out that the ejaculation that comes from masturbating and all of these behaviors would make the man more likely to suffer from depression and more likely to struggle with prostate abnormalities and more likely to suffer with erectile dysfunction. And so, but I can understand that a lot of people would ask this question because they are struggling to break free from pornography. And so when they start to actually have a plan, they would start to feel this huge sexual desire. And so they would start to discuss, man, I need to break free from pornography, what I should do. My sexual desire is so high. And so they would start to consider masturbating. When you masturbate, you're more likely to have prostate problems and be more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction, and you're more likely to be depressed. And so you have to know that when you feel that there is so much semen in your body and when you start to feel that you have so much a huge sexual desire, you have to know that your body can get rid of all the excessive semen. And so your body has two mechanisms to get rid of the excessive semen, either by throwing it out of your body when you are asleep, which is called a wet dream, or by breaking the semen cells down, then reabsorbing them again. And you also have to know that people who masturbate would start to fantasize about women in their head, which is actually very harmful. Like they don't know masturbation because it is healthy. They would start to fantasize about women in their head. One of the main reasons why pornography is very harmful is because it has like very supernormal it has very strong stimuli, and it makes these fantasies real. And so the problem is with the fantasies themselves. And so when you start thinking about women while you are masturbating, you're actually training your but you are actually watching pornography, but it's in your head because sexual fantasies are so harmful for your body. Okay. And also you have to know that this is not something normal. Like we as humans, we are created to reproduce, and so we have a reproductive system that would help us to have an offspring, and it would help us have kids. And so we're not created to masturbate, we are created to have real sexual relationships in order to reproduce. And so that's why a lot of people would feel guilty after they do this habit. Like forget the religious guilt, it's not about that. A lot of people will feel guilty and they don't know the reason. It's because you're going against your human desire. You're going against your human nature. God created us. If you believe in God, He created us in a way that would make us last, right? And so you have to reproduce in order to have offspring. And so when you don't produce, and when you start to use your sexual desire in a wrong way, of course you're gonna feel depressed and you're gonna have problems. And also why one of the main reasons why masturbation is harmful, it's because it can control your sexuality. Because when you masturbate, you are only focusing on yourself. And this can train you to be very selfish, and it's gonna harm your partner so much. And so when you try to be in a real sexual relationship, you won't be able to perform well because you are actually very selfish and you are only focused on yourself. And also, a lot of studies found out that masturbation is a very addictive thing. And before even the problem of pornography, a lot of people were suffering from masturbation and they were always complaining that they cannot break free from this habit. So, masturbation addiction is a very old thing. But after the problem of pornography started to come up, it started to feel way harder and they started to disconnect it. They started to think that pornography is only the problem. Masturbation is already a problem, but it was an old one. And also it's because it's linked to pornography. If you are someone who's trying to break free from pornography and you try to masturbate, you're actually activating the neural pathways of pornography again. So by masturbating, you are actually alleviating your desire for some time, but then you will start to feel a huge desire to go back to pornography again because you already have activated all of these memories. Okay, so I don't recommend you masturbate. It's not good at all. Like, it's not good for your health, for your body at all. Like, it doesn't have any benefits. And the benefits you see, like a lot of websites state that masturbation is hard, good. Bro, all of them, they are talking about ejaculation. They would see ejaculation and they would assume that it's masturbation, but it's actually the vaginal intercourse ejaculation. So yeah, that was it. And you have to replace this with real intimacy with your wife. And so this is harmful and don't do it. If you want to break free from pornography, you can book a call with me. Click down below. And yeah, that's it. Peace.